off camera deal with this. There we go. Stupid. All right. We've got a bunch of people that's on Facebook. Tony Hampton, good to see you. And Bashir, Steve Pitzer's here. Awesome. Tonight we got a good amount of people. Hopefully, all right, now we're going to go to YouTube for monitoring. Make sure the YouTube is working. We will start the podcast right on 8:30 tonight, now that I've got all this other stuff ready to go. There we go. We're live. We're in pregame. We got one person watching. Welcome to our podcast. Make sure to let us know what you're sipping on and where you're from. We monitor comments, so feel free to ask questions. And that's for every. Ask questions. Ask. Questions. So, all right, there we go. That's up and running. That right there, are we unplugged? We could be. I wonder if it died. Nope. But I'm making sure it's plugged in. There we go. We're charging. I won't screw that up this time. I like to screw things up. All right, there we go. We're live. We'll start at 8:30. Tonight we're going to be talking everything. We will be talking everything New Year's. And one of the things that's the cool part about New Year's is, well, not the cool part, but one of the things I've always wondered, I was trying to do a New Year's podcast and there's almost nothing. No. And so I kind of looked into it. So that's how we got this year's this end of the year podcasts theme, or and I've basically, AI has been pretty good to me. One of the things I did get for Christmas, and we're still a couple minutes away, so I'm going to see if I can get it working. It's the Meta glasses. My wife was, and I think they look cool as hell. Let's see. All right. Hey, Meta, are you there? Sounded like they hooked up. Hey, Meta, take a picture. Nope, they're not hooked. They don't want to hook up tonight. They usually will tell me, take a couple minutes, tell me what it is, tell me what's going on, and for some reason I might have to repair them or whatever. I had it working before, did some research with them while I was setting up, and they just basically, I mean, one of the cool things is I could take a picture of myself. There we go. It also takes video, which you guys are going to get a lot more video now. I'm just going to be walking around videotaping things, and then uh, it Meta's your AI assistant. So, hey Meta, are you there? It's not even responding to it at all. Hey Meta, it might be trying to hook up. I don't know. That's enough for me. I will pop them back in. I know they're 100%, but I'll probably have to get closer to the internet or whatever, or they might have lost the internet, and I might have to, but they're charged, ready to go. We'll have those in the future. So that's something right there. Great to see everybody. We are going to do a really cool review tonight because it's the New Year's. This is the Cathedral bottle. This is what I got left. I opened it with Randy Prass, the Kentucky Bourbon Festival president, at the Packer game this year. I had this in our tasting, after our Crystal Glencairn tasting, but we have not yet done this bottle as far as a barrel bottle breakdown, and that's going to be our New Year's bottle breakdown. Kind of a special bottle. Let everybody know and we're going to get into some things about the article that Michael Veach wrote this week, and so we'll get into that once we get this podcast started at 8:30. Got 5 minutes. I should get a pre-pour here. Let's pull out the Scotch. Oh, I have a Scotchy Bourbon Boys Glencairn right here. I'll have to pull out another one, but I'm thinking I've been sipping on a little bit, but I do like this bottle that whiskey has left behind. It's a midwinter night's dram. I like to have a little pour of that because I'm going to be giving this back to him, but it's a good pre-pour, wouldn't y'all say? Tonight I'm going to be monitoring the comments a lot more than I normally do because I'm looking for oh my God. The questions on YouTube are just so crazy. And then, oh, come on. Right before, oh, hey. There you go. I don't know. Just today, just started sneezing. But I will maintain that and the professionalism on the Witch Club, but everybody could see. What a great time. This just all right. Is this club to me? Oh, thank you, Belle. Belle's watching and said thank and God bless you. um, we'll be getting ready. I'm hoping that this will help. And we just had that. I just told you what the pour was, and then I completely amid this midwinter's night dram, a blend of straight rye whiskey finished in port barrels. So it's basically a version of Angel's Envy rye. There we go. Scott Barr says the bourbon balls were amazing and shared them with the family. Perfect timing. That's awesome. Scott is sipping on Penelope Toasted rye pick from Firm 3 in Michigan, followed by a Broad Branch 144 proof out of North Carolina. That's what Scott's drinking. Hey, Christy, good to see you. She's drinking Booker's tonight. All right. We got Jeff Joiners with Booker's again, too. I believe Bashir was on. Good amount of people tonight on Facebook. Good to see you guys. I promise, Eric, I won't. And then I like to do this. This is going to be a kind of a fun one. I love talking about it when I've done some research. This one should be a little bit more organized. I think as I keep going, I'm learning a lot about podcasting, about what to do and what not to do. I got to remind everybody tonight that they should absolutely drink responsibly. You know why we do this. We're sippers, and drinking responsibly is part of being part of the bourbon and the whiskey culture. That's why we're here. We're not here for the craziness of what alcohol can be, but make sure that you drink responsibly, because I want to basically, I don't want to lose any listeners, or I don't want to lose anybody because of anything like overconsumption or anything like that. All right. Oh my gosh. It's like, I guess with the comments, I am up to date on YouTube. We are at 8:29. We're about ready to get this baby rolling. Let me see. I think I'm turned up a little bit. There we go. Everything's in the mix. I do not know which way I'm going to go tonight, but I think I have the way. So let's see if I can find it. It was just right over. Oh my gosh, there it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it one more because it's that time of year. So all right, we're at 8:30. I'm gonna get this baby started. We're gonna be quiet. You won't be everybody on Facebook. Oh, on YouTube. Just remember our sponsors: Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio, Whiskey Thief Distilling in Frankfurt, and their tasting room in why am I having a problem? In Louisville, in the New Lou area, and then the Spirit of French Lick. William Dalton is the one right here in French Lick, Indiana. All three fantastic bourbons. They're not our sponsor because they approached me to be on the podcast. It's because I loved the whiskey and what they were doing, each one in their own way. They're spectacular, and I just wanted to make sure that the people that sponsor the podcast are the people that we support their whiskey. And we're always going to be honest, just because um, I mean, I am not a huge fan of rye, but I do like most of the Whiskey Thief distilling companies' ryes that they put out. They put out the kind of rye that I like, and then I'm just trying to figure out, is it just because I've got two microphones going? Let me see. I'm getting a little bit of feedback here. All right, let's just see. I'm going to, is that, nope. Nope, that was wrong. Let's just turn it off. Here we go. All right, am I still getting the feedback? I guess I am. Makes no sense, but anyways. All right. I'm hoping, let's see, is it this? Is it this? Is it that? All right. But that's why we have them as a sponsor, because we really enjoy the whiskey. And then we also have Alan Bishop as a sponsor, who's at the Old Homestead. Our rating systems on when we rate whiskeys and bourbons, as we do, are a guide. They're not the Bible. They're just a guide of what we like. And we'll tell you if we like them or if we don't like them. If it's good, it's bad. That's why we have our rating system. And we have a rating system of up to 18. And it can, if it's exceptional, it can get up to 19. But anything 9 and above is average to spectacular. I mean, we do give out 9.5s, 10s, 11s. It's like our rating system is the way that a rating system should be. It's just a guide. If you like what we like, then you're going to be able to pick that up. So, all right. Let's go. I'm listening to that. I'm getting ready, but there you go. Make sure you check out the Spirit of French Lick, Middle West Spirits, their Miquelon line, and also Whiskey Thief Distilling Company are fantastic sponsors going into the new year. And you check out Alan Bishop if you have Ghosts, You Have Everything podcast, along with his One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. So what we're going to get is about a 40-second delay, and then we'll have the music and we'll get this podcast started.
wouldn't be right. Tiny just laughed and said, you're damn right. What would Christmas be without some good cheer? If Bourbon Boys didn't show up each year. So let him loose, let the bourbon flow. 12 days of Christmas, let everyone know. From glass to glass, as the holidays near, Bourbon Boys spreads joy, love and cheer. Tiny said smiling, it's time once again to share a good pour with family and friends. From near and far, wherever you are, we'll raise up a glass underneath the stars. So let him loose, let the bourbon flow. 12 days of Christmas, let everyone know. From glass to glass, as the holidays near, Bourbon Boys spreads joy, love and cheer. A Merry, Merry Christmas from our podcast team. The Scotchy Bourbon Boys and bells for the king. Laughs and good spirits, a toast to good friends. May peace and good bourbon never end. So let him loose, let the bourbon flow. 12 days of Christmas, let everyone know. From our family to yours, sincere and true. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you. From the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, cheers, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right. Welcome to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny here with you tonight. Just hanging out, getting ready for the new year. Excited to hang out. This podcast, I don't know how long it's going to be. Might be a short one, might be a long one. Hopefully, I can have everybody join us. Very excited. This one is one. What would you say? One for for the ages, put it that way. This one's going to be the coming of 2026, our country's 250th anniversary. I cannot wait for that. I'm super excited to find out all about that. And then we're going to be into 2026. I don't know if we're going to have a podcast on Thursday night. I do have our Bourbon of the Year podcast to air that I can share with everybody that we did live a couple weeks ago when everybody was in town. We did that live, but I'm debating if I put the audio on tomorrow and then on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, after that evening on 8:30, still do a podcast. I don't know. There's a lot going on. This podcast was, when I was thinking about it, was very, what would you say? Unique. It was unique. And it's funny because when I do a podcast like this, there's a couple things that I got to try and do personally to work on. And I always do that. There's ums and ahs that are very difficult to get out. Now, if you have someone on the podcast and you're talking to them, you have no problem usually getting out those uhs and ums. But if you're talking about yourself and you're doing monologues, it's one thing that you got to really work on. So tonight I'm specifically working on it. I wasn't successful, so I just reminded myself of it. But tonight we are going to do the podcast on why do you and I'm going to be monitoring the comments. I'm going to try and monitor comments more than I usually do and keep up with it, because the question is that, to do this podcast, I was looking for a New Year's bourbon. And, us as the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys, Glens, t-shirts, bourbon balls, order. I know it works because Steve Pitzer placed his order, got an email, and we sent him out. He's watching tonight. He should have his bourbon balls. I did send my bourbon balls to Marcus Nash also, then he should have those. But check us out there. And then we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X, along with TikTok. And then Apple, iHeart, Spotify, any other place that you can listen to a podcast, you can find us there. Make sure that whether you listen to us or watch us, that you give us good feedback. We are on Patreon. Our $10 Patreon, you got to check that out, because after 6 months, you get a decent amount of stuff. Tasting mats, Glencairns. I mean, it's definitely worth joining the Patreon. Check that out. Also on YouTube, there's the super chats. I've got them active. Nobody's ever done it, but if you want to get a chat on, you can do a super chat while you're supporting the podcast. So check those out. Check that out, and we're ready to go. Now, like I said, I'm going to be monitoring comments tonight. Barrel Craft Studios. Hey, was just checking in. Was wondering if you ever pull out that cocktail smoker that I made from you from yes, 100%. I pulled out the cocktail smoker all throughout the holidays. We did the podcast on it, but at the same time, it's one of the things that are out there, and I think I'm going to do a podcast on who does the best one. I mean, is it the chips? Maybe I'll do some analysis on those smokers, because the smokers are all so cool. I haven't had a bad smoker yet, but overall, they're all different and have their own unique ways of doing it. So I love it, and thank you for letting us try it. Let's see which. Yeah. And then I'm watching Super Nash is on tonight. Already shared it. We got Christy, Maddie on. We've got Randy. I saw John Ritt. Did not see Walker yet tonight. Who knows? We got Eric Bowler. We've got Steve Pitzer. Let me know if you like if you got those bourbon balls. You should have. And then we've got Scott Barr, the winner of the last week's one of the people in the comments section. We've got Jeff Joyner, a good friend of mine from Wisconsin. He's drinking Booker's. Tony Hampton. We got Brasher. Let me know what you guys are sipping on. We got Randy on. I think he said tea. I'm not sure. And then Tyler Richson says hi. He won something off last time. And then I believe I said Tony Hampton and Eric. Yep, there we go. That's a good amount of people watching tonight. Good. Yep, he said he just got them. Just in time for New Year's, right? All right, John's drinking Shanks. I would say that one of the things that while I was watching and searching the internet, I asked AI, but there's not a lot of bourbon or whiskey things that promote New Year's. I mean, it's just not there. There's no, you would think, I don't know, but you would think a distillery would come out with a New Year's release, the first release of 2026 at the distilleries. Everybody goes and picks them up. You would think that they'd have New Year's bourbon, like the lines would be, for releases as far as drops, but there's not. This is the time of the year, usually in this time of the year after the holidays, they kind of back off and they don't push. You just don't. Now, I think some of the distilleries have New Year's Eve parties, but not even that I notice. I noticed some of the, like, for instance, Gervasi, they have their New Year's Eve parties because that makes sense because it's a party. But most everything is with champagne, sparkling wine, and a sparkling grape juice. I mean, not bourbon. And so based off of that, what do you guys see? I just don't see it. I don't see a push that I think should happen. I never checked to make sure oh my God, did that really just do that? I got to make sure the sound works. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's working. Let's catch up to live. Stupid. my gosh. I'm trying to monitor the comments. Well, I guess the comments are there. You should, let's see, go. Shouldn't you just be able to get on live, go live? Let's see. Here we go. We'll just try. There we go. Live. That is me live. That's for sure. All right. And it's working. I just want to make sure. I took a pic. Anyways, all right. So we're live. We got everybody content. So it really comes down to why. Why is bourbon and what can we do about it? There's like, those are the questions that I asked. So the first one, and this fun thing. Okay, so the first thing is still spirits, bourbon and whiskey and rum are intimate and contemplative by nature. Champagne is communal and explosive, which fits midnight perfectly. It also has bubbles. I mean, bubbles equal celebration in psychology. Matters. Humans associate effervescence with excitement. Bubbles feel alive, active, and festive. The pop of the cork signals a moment. Visually dramatic in a room full of people. All right. So that's kind of why champagne is the celebration, right? But it also has centuries of tradition. Champagne got there first before the distilled spirits. Champagne locked itself into royal courts, victories and milestones, toasts and public celebrations. So you're talking about, even when you think of it, nobody drinks a bottle of bourbon after they win a NASCAR race. Royal courts, whatever they pop. It said by the early 1900s, champagne was already the default moment drink, and New Year's Eve became the moment of moments. So there you go. It's like, because it's a moment drink, traditional snowballs. Once people expect champagne, everyone follows. So tradition snowballs. It's the snowball effect. Then marketing owned the moment. Champagne brands bought New Year's Eve imagery early, linked bubbles with midnight kisses and countdowns, made sure TV, movies, and ads showed champagne at the strike of 12. Bourbon brands, they focused on heritage, aging, firesides, quiet reflections. Great for winter, terrible for a countdown clock. Champagne is easy for groups. New Year's Eve is not a tasting event. Mixed crowds, non-drinkers, light drinkers, cocktail avoiders, people who want one glass, not a pour. Champagne is lower ABV, obviously, easy to sip, socially safe, accepted by everyone at the party. Bourbon asks more of the drinker, and at midnight, people want simple. Ritual beats flavor. Okay, the ritual is everything. You chill the bottle, you count down, pop, pour, toast. That sequence is burned into culture. Bourbon has no universally recognized New Year's ritual, and the rituals win holidays. So why hasn't bourbon claimed New Year's? Why hasn't it because bourbon marketed seasons, not moments. Never created a midnight ritual, never simplified its message for mass celebration. Let champagne own the visual language. Bourbon could own New Year's, but it would require a ritual, a countdown pour, a shared moment, and brands willing to loosen the tie and have fun. Champagne doesn't rule New Year's because it tastes better. It rules because it shows up when the clock hits 0. So there you go as far as champagne. Why champagne has done what it's supposed to do. I mean, that's why. But just because champagne's the winner, champagne wins even in market share. I mean, beer and wine, and then other clear spirits. I mean, bourbon is only 12%, and whiskey is only 12%. No, bourbon's only 12% of the marketplace, and it when it drops to 9 or 8, it's like it's not in a bourbon boom. So it's just a couple points up, and bourbon becomes. So why hasn't everybody? This is my question. When you think about it, why hasn't everybody uh when it comes to bourbon, why hasn't bourbon just tried to claim their 12%? Because I don't think they claim their 12%. What there I looked online. What would be a champagne or a bourbon celebration whiskey? They could do, I mean, they do special releases for the Kentucky Derby. They do special releases. I mean, they can do a celebration release. Why are they not releasing a bourbon that people can drink, you know, that people will drink on New Year's? I mean, a special one that people try and get and share with their friends. Uh, I don't know. So I asked for how bourbon could steal New Year's. Okay. And how bourbon could steal New Year's. One, bourbon needs a midnight ritual. Champagne wins because it owns the ritual, the pop, the pour, the toast. Bourbon needs its own shared moment. Count the midnight pour. Countdown hits 0. Everyone pours 1 ounce, glasses up, one unified toast. Okay, so you call it the midnight pour. But what would be in there? You know what I mean? Simple, repeatable, memorable. I mean, why isn't there a midnight pour? Why don't we all get together and have one midnight pour? Something that all of us think and then at the 12 o'clock we all basically raise our glasses, have the pour, and share. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I was thinking when it came to, that makes sense. But what would that midnight pour be? All right, so stop making bourbon so serious. New Year's is loud, messy, and fun. Bourbon marketing is leather chairs and fireplaces. Great, but not midnight energy. For New Year's, bourbon should feel bold, confident, celebratory, a little reckless. Okay, so the midnight pour shouldn't be in a Glencairn tasting glass. It should be a pour on the rocks. Or how would you drink it that would bring in the coming new year, solidify the new year? The after pour, I mean, you could have midnight call and then it's the bourbon after pour. There's so much that we could do that's not being done. You could go back to Sirius on January 2nd. That's what I agree. There's got to be a fun what would it be? I mean, Jay Mattingly produces some awesome labels and they always seem festive. I mean, there might be someone's got to own that, What's the best? Okay, so we got someone right here. Oh, we got one guy wants me to sing. That's not happening. Oh, thanks for that one. I'm not even gonna say that. They're just people are so mean to me. It's just like so no, my son wants me to do that. Put the liquor down and roll up a joint. Yeah, no. I do everything I can do to get out of it. We got the other guy. What's the best non-sweet tasting whiskey? I would say Booker's. Booker's isn't sweet. It has some sweetness, but it's a pretty damn good pour. As far as it tastes like bourbon. Another one would be Cave Hill, or Rabbit Hill Cave Hill for that. But okay, so own the toast, not the night. Bourbon doesn't need to replace champagne at midnight. It needs 12:01 a.m. Yeah, everybody starts singing, and afterwards you go up and you got a bourbon toast. Champagne is for the kiss. Bourbon is for the promise. New goals, new risks, new chapters. I mean, think about that. So it's the the after pour. Once that happens, they all have those, that's when everybody, what time would you do that? Everybody does a champagne, and then 12:30 you have the after pour that you do the toast for the future. And everybody does there's so much you could do on New Year's that's not. Create a signature New Year's serve, one simple nationwide serve, 1 ounce bourbon, 1/4 maple or honey, orange peel, 1 cup, 1 cube. I mean, you could do um yes, a signature New Year's drink. I mean, that is something that's not there. Like everybody who likes bourbon, you don't have um the ability to do that. You know what I mean? You don't have that ability. And that's crazy to me that there's not a specific bourbon drink for New Year's. Like I said, I was looking and there was virtually nothing. Does anybody know of a New Year's release at the distilleries? Like you go in and they have one for New Year's that brings in the New Year's? No. Uh, Call it the New Year's pour. Yes, you can do so much. Make it social, not snobby. New Year's lives on social media. Bourbon should be shown as friends clicking glasses, countdown pours, laughter, not lectures. Make it visible, make it repeatable. Um, the other thing, champagne celebrates the moment, bourbon celebrates what comes next. If bourbon ever figures that out, New Year's Eve won't belong to bubbles anymore. Um, that's a take that I totally agree with. Came up with that similarly on my own. But I just don't understand overall why uh, bourbon isn't the marketing of bourbon isn't to New Year's Eve. And I understand everything. It isn't that type of a spirit in its marketing, but the one night you could you could call it something like not your normal bourbon night, not your you know you just got to take it a little bit further. I mean, I'm sick and tired of I don't want to have to drink champagne. I don't mind having a little bit. Most of the time I've got kids around, so most of the time I'm drinking sparkling grape juice, but the pop is part of it. You pop the cork. A lot of people, it explodes out the bottle. That's not you, but bourbon has corks, but at the same time, I love the fact that maybe that the what was it? Champagne is for the kiss, bourbon is for the promise. There you go. That's the commitment. Champagne is the surface thing. I mean, how many times do you actually drink champagne besides New Year's? Uh, I mean, maybe on very, very special occasions and stuff, but overall, that's what I mean. It's just kind of crazy. So, uh, there you go. Anybody got any thoughts on that? I don't see a lot of commenting at this point. You all must be listening. Well, when I open it up in a couple minutes, I'll let everybody give their opinion. That jumps on. But I will say now, I've got the special quick. We're going to do the old Louisville barrel bottle breakdown of Cathedral. I'll go a little bit into that, but Old Louisville, Amin in Louisville, Kentucky, you got to check him out. Old Louisville Whiskey Company, fantastic experience and fantastic whiskey. He doesn't release anything 7 years or nothing 7 years younger than 7 years. So you got to check out Amin at the Old Louisville Whiskey Company. And then he's going to be in Shively real soon. can't wait till that move happens. So the Old Louisville bourbon bottle breakdown consists of a scale of uh, 4 barrel knocks for the nose and the body, and up to 5 barrel knocks for the taste and the finish. But if you have an exceptional category, you can add an extra up. So check that out. To our nation's future, Jim Beam. There you go. The celebrating pour. I mean, there's so much that can go on. Anyways, champagne at baby showers. That's champagne when your grandson, but no, bourbon when your grandson gets born. So let me grab the Cathedral bottle. And this bottle is not a bottle I ever thought I was going to get. And I got it through, oh my gosh, I pull out that. That's not what I wanted. Let's pull out this one. All right, here we go. That's the right one. Cathedral is made by Bardstown Bourbon Company. And it is like any other bar. This is a $3.75. This is not a cheap bottle. And I do have everything I need to do this tonight. All right. Small batch explorations of cask finishes and blends. This is 45% Kentucky 14 year, 37 Kentucky 18 year, 10% Kentucky 11 year, 5% Kentucky 9 year, and 2.5% Kentucky 17 year. All right. A blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys finished for 14 months in 300-year-old French oak barrels. Premium blended straight bourbon aged in exquisite 300-year French oak, originally harvested for Notre Dame Cathedral. So what happens with the Notre Dame Cathedral is when they were rebuilding it, they had to chop down 300-year-old oaks because the cathedral to recreate the exact dimensions of the cathedral, they needed 300-year-old oak to get the length that was needed to rebuild the top cathedral part. And the extra wood they were able to get, and then I think they got pieces, but I think it says barrels, and that's what I want to. I'm going to look at it again. I believe it actually says they made staves and then made barrels. Yep, French oak barrels, 300-year. So the wood came from oak trees that were over 300 years. So you're looking at all those different well-aged bourbons, and then they were put in a barrel that was made from a tree that was 300 years old. Imagine the flavor in that tree. And there's only one reason why you would cut that tree down. It wouldn't be to make bourbon barrels, but because they're the extra from making it, that allowed it to the scrap wood to become bourbon barrels. I'm making sure, is that the good one? Yes. All right, we're going to put that in here. Now, I love this. This is not normal. It was hard to get. I almost got it at the festival. Someone skipped me in line. I told the story, and somehow this bottle is signed by Steve Nally, and it was a birthday gift to me from Randy, and I am humbled and honored, and a lot of you have tasted this when you've been with me. So here we go. This is the barrel bottle breakdown. Even with this stuffed up nose, I can smell. It's like a sweet chestnut, roasted chestnut. There it is, like a brown sugar chestnut. Why not? It's Supernat said it was there. So I believe the proof on this Hundred and 10.1, 55.05. And at 110.1, the body is almost perfect. The body delivers flavor throughout everywhere, but it doesn't deliver it like a symphony, not like a rock band. There's some big bodied 120s that come off like a just foot. This still coats your cheeks, your a little bit of cherry. Here's a non-sweet bourbon, that's for sure. Scott, the flavor of the oak is unlike anything because it's like almost toasted, but 14 months, there's a char aspect to it that is coming out. The finish is long. All right. We are going to break this down. I'm going to go out of 4 on the nose. I'm going to give it a 3. All right. The body, though, the body on this comes through. The strength of this is insane. It's the most perfect body I've ever had. Flavor throughout in my cheeks, underneath my tongue, everything, but not overpowering. Just very, very like balanced throughout everywhere. And I've never had a body like this, so I'm gonna give this a 4 and a butt up. Now, taste. I'll be honest with you. If you like aged Scotch, aged whiskey, this is here. There's leather, there's oak, there's maybe even a little bit of tobacco. It's not sweet. Not a huge hug. There's a little bit of a hug. So as far as taste goes, it starts off, there's a little bit of French toast, but then there's char and leather and oak. And for me, that caramel and everything. So the taste on this one, out of 5, I'm going to give it, I know it's a good tasting whiskey. I'm not saying, but it gets a 4. Then the finish is long, but the finish is tobacco. And I'm just being honest, people. This is a high-end pour, no doubt. Finish is super long. It's an experience of when can you ever drink a whiskey that's been finished in a barrel that was made by 300-year-old French oak to rebuild a famous cathedral. Excuse me. For people who love this, this is it. You like those tobacco flavors, you love those wood, that wood, there's that flavor, the char. If you like leather, it's all there. This is not a sweet whiskey. There's a little bit, maybe brown sugar on it. All right, let's just see one more time. I'm going to give myself a little bit more. Yeah, that's way sweeter right there. Based off of length, like on the taste with Ford, there's a little bit of French toast there I'm getting, but on the finish, I'm not a huge fan of leather finishes and whatnot. And I would have to say on this one, for me personally, and this is just me personally, once again, our rating system is based off of what we think personally, not what I'm telling you. If you like that leathery, those long leathery, they've got some wood in it and they got some char and they've got the, if you like that, this is your thing. But I like to pick up some other flavors. Like I love if there's like a sweeter vanilla pudding, caramels, creme brulee, that type of stuff. But this doesn't. This is not that. So I will have to say on the finish, I give the finish a 4 if it was based on the length. But this is when you throw in the other part, I'm going to give it a 3. So 3 and 4 are 7, plus 6 and 3 are 9. So I gave this a 16 out of 18, I believe. I think I did that. Yeah, of course she would. She likes, this is what she loves. This is Rachel's jam. But I'm just sitting there saying 16 out of 18 is not a bad score, right? 3 and 4 is 7. And wait, okay, so 15 out of 18, because it would be, I gave a 4, a 5, a 5, and a 3, 8. 7 and 8, 15 out of 18. There you go. The Scotchy Bourbon Boys barrel bottle breakdown of the Old Louisville Whiskey Company sponsor rating is a 15 out of 18 on Cathedral. But I guarantee you, if you like something a little bit more, this would definitely be your jam. And the fact that I can taste something like this is special to me. It's a special pour, and there's nothing wrong with the 15 out of 18. All right, everybody, there you go. That is the Old Louisville with Old Louisville Whiskey Company's barrel bottle breakdown. Make sure if you're in the Louisville area to stop in and see Amin. There we go. Let's not knock that over. Let's drop it in. Yep. Drop back the hammer. Long hammer. And any more, let's see. What's the best non okay, Whirly Films is India. Yeah, okay. Great. You should check out really good bourbons. You guys over in India love 100% love whiskey. There's no doubt about that. All right. I'll set that up. We gave that a 15 out of 18. You should write that down, Super Nash. Before I think that was the Knob Creek 21 there for the peanut butter pretzel mat. That would make a difference in the pairing. There's no doubt about it. I want to show everybody this barrel. I am going to take suggestions about what we're going to do it, but this is my present from CT. It is a barrel, and it is designed to do some aging. So this one is 2025 Canton, Ohio, barrel aged spirits. What does that say? In I don't know why I can't read, but spirits unknown Tiny's batch. This is the 2025. I gotta fill it. We'll fill it one time. I believe there's instructions on this. I can't even get that little top thing out. I know that doesn't come out, but it should be pretty cool to fill this baby up, see what happens after a couple weeks or whatever. We'll just sip from it. So I wanted to show everybody that. It's pretty darn cool. I think it's actually in the wrong. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now it's sitting right. But with that said, or a pumpkin cupcake. I mean, come on. I did blow your minds, all right? I know that. It's like getting to a Scotchy Bourbon Boys tasting is a one-of-a-kind experience. Would you not agree, Matt? But let's see. What do we got going? Yeah, it's just like it looks like we're at the end of our podcast. This was our fun New Year's podcast. People on Facebook stay on afterwards. One thing I want to say is one of the things everybody's been talking about and what we need to put up is that to promote drinking responsibly. Drinking responsibly is very important at this time of the year. So that's one thing that we promote. Make sure that you don't drink and drive. Designated drivers are fantastic. All right. So www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Glencairn's Bourbon Balls, t-shirts, check it out. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. And then also check us out on Apple, iHeart, and Spotify, or any other place you can listen to podcasts. But no matter whether you listen to us or watch us, make sure that you leave us good feedback. Check us out also on Patreon. Make sure you become members. Support for the podcast is very important. People on YouTube, I might give something away for the first person that ever does a super chat. I don't know. I've never gotten a super chat. I watch other places. I don't know how it works, but I activated it. So super chats are there for anybody there on YouTube. And then also remember, good bourbon equals good times and good friends like y'all. Happy New Year to everybody. We've already talked about drinking. Don't drink and drive. Make sure you drink responsibly and live your life like the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, uncut and unfiltered. And we will have Kenny Fuller take us out.
Drinking bourbon. sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew, and we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun. Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone. All right, I stopped recording.
Before we embark on our journey, the Scotchy Bourbon Boys remind us that this trip is
Oh,
about
it's the
more
bus
than tasting
tour.
whiskey. It's
I'd
about
like
the
to
people,
remind
the
everybody.
stories, and the memories we
All
create
right,
along
hold
the way.
on.
So what we're gonna do in our
What just
tradition
happened? Why can't I get
of
over
the
to that?
Scotchy Bourbon Boys, how we started was a bunch of guys
There we
getting
go.
together.
Sorry about that. We are done. Put up that. All right, I'm gonna spin over the podcast over here. All right, it's up here. Why did that happen? That wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. We'll put that over here. Participants. There we go. I will copy and paste. I'm going to copy and paste the link in Facebook. Anybody on YouTube, check us out. The link's going over to Facebook. It's right here. Copy invitation. And boom, join us for a little bit of fun. Here, I got a little bit of time. My nose has been going in and out, so right now it's actually pretty good, probably because I had some good medicine. What was that? Control, return. There we go. There is the link for anybody who would like to join us on a Zoom meeting. All right, anybody help? Okay. Tiny, hey Thomas. Yeah, looks like I asked you earlier where you're from. What area are you from? I think I've asked you this before, but some reason it slipped my mind. All right, just waiting for somebody to join us. It's there. I know it takes you guys a little bit of time. John is the first one in. Happy New Year, John. There we go.
What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, man. How are you?
I am okay.
Okie dokie.
I mean, it's just like for whatever reason, it's been so damn cold and windy that it's just like I don't feel like today. It's like I get a stuffy nose and then it goes away. Then I get last night I had a runny nose and then that went away and then a stuffy nose and then I was sneezing and then I wasn't. I don't know what it wants to do, but I think it's the weather. It's, you know what I mean? This is our first real serious cold weather shit.
I mean, it's been like warm and then it just drops and then it warms up and gets rains and it snows and then it warms up and it gets like negative. So yeah, we're all fucked up.
Oh yeah, that wind that day, the wind up here has been crazy. And
bro, Christmas decorations everywhere.
I 100% had all the blow-ups turned off. But all I do is go out there and dump off the water so they don't ice over. Turn them on for, 20 minutes, then turn them off, and then the fuse is blowing because the water's everywhere. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah, I hear you. What's up, Matt?
Matt.
What up, fellas?
What up, brother?
Matt Leisen.
How's it going?
How the hell are you?
How are you, sir? Fantastic. I've done absolutely nothing for the last 2 days except help my cousin pick up a trampoline in his neighbor's yard and chase down all my fan blades that were all over the backyard, and then I went back to bed. That was pretty much it. It's been a fun couple
What a
weeks.
life.
Yeah, right.
Trampoline rescue services and nap time.
Been fantastic, man. This whole year's been so busy. I'm like, December was too much. I was off for 2 weeks, so why not?
Man, I'm telling you. Here we are, end of the year. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thomas Anderson on YouTube says it's nasty in Michigan too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son.
Thomas, if you can hear me, Thomas, I mean, if you're way up there, man, by the UP, yeah, you guys got hammered, man.
Yeah, my son's
Big
up
time.
there. Him and his wife were not. His wife did not have to work today.
No, they got like a foot, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they got up there. Yeah, coming right off the lake.
Marquette and everything, man. That's crazy.
Hopefully, it's not coming this way.
No, I think you're getting what we're getting, Matt. Like it's just rolling through, and you get the wind.
Oh no, we're Matt's up in Cleveland. We're supposed to get 3 to 5 down here. He's gonna get, he's like almost in the snow belt.
Yeah.
I mean, you were up there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was lake effect snow.
Yeah, we get it here too, man. I mean, I'm
Chicago.
west of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm west of that, Jeff. So we don't get it as often, but there's times it comes in here pretty good. So
I'm just trying.
Me and Walker had to go hit the driveway twice.
Yeah, it's snowing again here right now. So what you pouring, Matt?
I didn't pick the bottle yet. I'm still eating.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the best cough medicine.
There's like 80,000 bottles behind you, Jeff. Just take 2 or 3 of those. You're good.
I just poured some Old Pepper 1776.
It's
gone. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up a new man.
They make this stuff called detox tea that I get from the store.
Yeah.
And I make a detox tea, and I put 2 ounces of Booker's in it. And then I put in a squeeze of lemon and some honey. And then I drink that. And then I probably have 2 or 3 of those, and I go to bed. And when I wake up, I can breathe again. I'm like, dude, it's like a new day. It's so awesome.
I've got apple cider up there, and I'll probably shove some Booker's in it and do it myself. Warm it up.
Which batch?
Oh, I know many.
Just blend the different batches, Jeff.
It's crazy that the Phantom Pipes batch won, isn't it?
I didn't get that one, man.
It went up
They're
against.
still all over the stores.
So that was a fresh crack, and that beat the other ones.
Yes, that Phantom Pipes batch. Walker told me what to do. He's like, pop it, put the cork it, put the cork back in, shake it up, then open it back up, and then pour it in your glass and let it sit for a bit. And I did that.
I thought I was going to say that decant it over a ball when you pour it in, and it aerates it out, and then put it back in the bottle and just go back and forth.
I've got this thing that was for wine that if you pour it in there, it just aerates it. It makes.
Oh, I got one of those.
That works good for whiskey.
I was thinking about that, Jeff. I was thinking about doing that for some of the bottles. It diffuses it, which is great.
Yep.
Whatever opens up if it's too hot, throw it right through one of them and always like.
I love that your bar looks bigger on the film, but then when we go down there, man, it's just so comfortable.
I mean,
so I like all my friends to feel like they're instant friends with everyone else because they're going to
well, I have a question. What about what did you think when you came down by my bar?
Oh my God! So, Jeff, your house is awesome. What a ranch! You got so many different rooms, and like the way they constructed it. So you've got that narrow where you're at, that narrow area, that family room. Dude, that is like the perfect fucking like just get together and do this and that. And yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I was surprised. It was awesome.
Yeah,
That was fun.
It was cool.
yeah. Everybody doesn't know that when you see the Cleveland on the Rocks set, you have no idea that the camera is set on top of the washer and dryer.
Right. And then there's a little computer monitor up there.
Well, his monitors are awesome. I mean, honestly, I love how he has his monitors. There's no doubt.
Right.
It inspired me to get the 2 monitors because he had them, and then I can have it up, and then I think it works good because we don't always have live guests in here. So when you throw in, you got the people, up here so that other people like on YouTube can see or hear, what's going on.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God,
got to put a
man.
camera stand like right under the TV so it looks like I'm looking at the TV because I'm looking at the TV, but I'm all the way over there. I moved it in front of the fridge now because I
I
think
was
it
gonna
makes it
say,
look
yeah.
Well,
You're over by the washer and dryer.
if you want a better angle, you can open the bathroom door and shoot from the back of the bathroom.
dude, it would look so big from there.
Yes, it would.
You do mount
I
it on
look
the
so
bathroom
tiny.
door.
But I want to, there's this thing that you can get to mount on the ceiling that comes down. And I kind of want to just mount my thing that holds the camera on the ceiling and just pull it down to where I'm ready. And then you can
Yeah,
be able to zoom in this way and that way.
I've got my TV hooked up to something like that upstairs. My 85-inch TV, I can move it and move it around, and that's really good, especially with where your basement. My ceiling really isn't conducive if it's like spackled. I mean plasterboard. It just if I mounted a TV on the plasterboard, it would just fall off.
A little asbestos, that's all good.
We did our.
So I got to send you a video from when I built my bedroom. I hung my TV on the ceiling and you push the button and it comes down at the end of the bed.
That's cool as
It's
shit.
huge. It's like 65 inches. So it's like a big old TV that just comes right at the bed.
That's
Hi,
good.
Randy. Tennessee lost.
I know, I saw it 3 seconds ago. It sucked.
That was a good game, though, man.
Yeah, I was surprised they got within as close as they did, to be honest with you. They didn't deserve to win. Y'all.
No, hey, Tiny, man, the Big Ten is, they haven't lost yet.
Well, has Wisconsin played?
No, they didn't make a bowl because they sucked this year again. So.
I thought they made a bowl. You
Nope.
sure?
Yeah, positive.
It was a little bowl.
I thought they made the porcelain bowl.
Yeah, it was the toilet bowl. It's like going to Cleveland, take the Browns to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, there's a chance they didn't win that last. They started putting stuff together at the end of the year, but yeah.
Yeah, no, they didn't have a 500 record, so they didn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah, Tiny, you misunderstood what I said.
I understood exactly what you meant by the porcelain bowl. I understand what porcelain.
No, not the porcelain bowl. The thing I typed in an hour ago.
I
What was
misunderstood.
that? Randy, I think you're frozen.
I think my brain's frozen. What the hell are you talking about?
I can see you, John, and Tiny here in a 3-row, and then I'm real little in the corner.
Yeah,
Randy, see? I told you he got frozen.
Yeah, he's just got to jump in and out. That fucking Zoom, man, it does that.
Well, it's my darn. I got a new mouse because my keyboard, my wireless keyboard died, so I got a wireless keyboard and mouse. It's got a couple things on the side, so you can use your thumb to move stuff. And when I bump it with my thumb accidentally, it takes it back, which throws me out of the meeting. Then I go back and put the codes back in.
Randy, you still down in Florida? You leaving soon?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. I got to get to work and get my work done. If I get my work done, I'm going to go up to DC Thursday,
Okay.
Saturday, and drive home. If I don't, I'm just going to stay here till I get it done.
Gotcha.
My nose. He said, and then okay, nose.
Yeah. So what I was telling you, you didn't understand, or you didn't. The way you commented, I thought you didn't understand it. But you might have.
What was
When
it?
I said when I said Roxy disagrees.
Oh
you
no,
thought-
I knew exactly what you meant. Yeah, Roxy liked Cathedral.
no, you didn't have a clue what I meant based on what you just told me.
Why? Why would
Because you said that was the best body you'd ever had, and I said Roxy disagrees. Hers is.
You slick
Yeah,
bastard.
but you were. But see, you didn't know how much she likes Cathedral, so I didn't. So
Well, she still thinks her body's better than Cathedral. Well, you better like her body better than Cathedral.
yeah, okay. Now I get it.
We're not. You're not
Good
even
on
a
YouTube.
comment. You better not say a word. Remember, Cathedral's not your jam. It's good, but it's not. It's not as sweet as Roxy.
I like
Randy's on a roll tonight.
Cathedral. I would.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you give it a 15 out of 18, you would say it. But the oaky, tobacco-y, leathery finish. Those
Right.
aren't my.
Ugh,
I'm not in. I like. I understood why that is such a good bottle, but at the same time, those are the ones that. But that oak, Rachel just absolutely loves.
Yeah, but you'd much rather have a caramel and brown sugar finish.
Yeah, dessert. I call it the dessert bourbons.
Right. Well, Walker is
I
in
like that.
Texas tonight. He's on his way back to Arizona. He was eating dinner with some family, I believe.
Getting closer to home.
Yep. I told him I tried something the other day that I had, but I hadn't tried. It had been sitting for a while, which is good, was the McKenna 10. I was surprised at how nice that McKenna 10 is.
Yes, and it's nice that it's all over the shelves finally. You know,
Yeah,
it used to be allocated like hell, but now it's just sitting like everywhere.
Yeah.
It's sold out here. It comes out every once in a while, but it's gone when it comes out.
Yeah,
Really?
except
A couple days after, it's gone.
oh, I gotta remember where I saw. Oh, up in Michigan. Everybody, goodbye on YouTube.
Later, Screw Tube.